Mr. McNeese is going to talk about athletic facilities.
Thank you, Mr. Sapienza. It's a great day to be alive, huh? It'll be a greater day now if the Pirates can figure out how to beat Arrieta tonight, so we'll go Bucks, right? For those of you that don't know me, which is probably not too many of you out there, my name is Bill McNeese, and I've been a teacher here for 35 years. 25 years, I was the head men's basketball coach here. 12 years, I was the men's and women's cross-country coach. So I've been around athletics a long time, and been around Shenango a long time. So they asked me today if I come in and talk a little bit about the facilities here. And I've been very pleased to see the growth of the facilities through those years. Good coaches coming in, expanded programs and so forth. But the one thing that I haven't been able to see yet is the expansion and the improvement in the facilities that we offer for these young men and women. And so that's why I'm here to speak to you tonight. What we can do to improve that. First of all, I want to clarify a misconception. Somewhere out there, there was a thought that academics and athletics were two separate entities. Two separate entities. And I'm here to tell you this tonight. They are not two separate entities. Those two are tied together as closely as could be. Athletics are so much a part of this education that it's unbelievable. And that is something that really has always bothered me. Our kids learn a tremendous amount. And I would offer to say maybe more on that athletic field, on the court, in the locker room, than they do in the classroom. If you talk to anybody, guys, that's been involved in those kind of situations, the things that they take out of there, the life lessons that they get, the dedication, the commitment, the sacrifice, accountability, working together as part of a team for team goals, learning to overcome adversity, dealing with losses, dealing with wins, overcoming the bad times, handling pressure situations. Where are you going to learn to deal more with pressure situations when you're up and out mound with 2 outs, 2 strikes, and you need that 3rd strike to win this game? Folks, those are tremendous lessons. And I think if you talk to anybody who has climbed that ladder of success in whatever area they've been successful at, they will tell you that those life lessons were every bit, if not more, as important as learning how to solve one of my quadratic equations, or understanding that periodic table of elements, which I still don't understand, or identifying and recognizing a pronoun and an adverb. And I'm not taking anything away from that, but the life lessons that you take out of sports are tremendous. Because you don't understand here, in education, listen, we're not about facts and figures. We're not. Because the facts and figures we teach our young kids today are probably obsolete before they graduate. What we're about here is teaching them some things that can go on. We're in a brain training situation. We're trying to strengthen their mind, because if they can learn to solve my quadratic equation, if they can learn that periodic table of elements, if they can recognize pronouns, adverbs, then guess what? I'm pretty sure they can learn what their boss needs them to learn in whatever occupation they need to be at. Doctor, lawyer, plumber, wherever life takes them. Because this is all brain training. It's the same thing as weightlifting and running. When you think about it, why do you lift weights? You pick up a weight, you lift it a few times, you put it back down right where it was. What happened? You go to a track, you run around that track, you start here, you run several circles, you end up in the same spot. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because that lifting, that running made you stronger, got you in better shape. Not for that, but for something else. Baseball, basketball, football, just as a general person, general health issues, but it trains you for something else. Well, we're in a brain training situation, baby. We want to train those brains and make them stronger so that they can succeed in other areas. And through athletics, I think not just the brain that gets trained, is the character. It's the strengthening of the character, the people skills, the coping skills, the learning how to deal with the tough times that we've all faced. All of us have faced. Don't tell me athletics isn't part of the educational system, because that always rubs me the wrong way. It is vital and crucial. And presently, we don't have the adequate facilities to take care of these young men and women to get these goals across. We're trying to succeed in 2015 with a building that was built in 1958. Hey, 57 years ago, we needed 6 teams or groups to share one gym. 6. Not too bad. Can get it done. Flash forward to 2015, we have 29 groups that need to share that gym, and it's the same one gym. I'm a math guy, that doesn't add up real well. What kind of problems are going to be raised in your house If I tell you to take whoever lives with you and multiply it by 5 and see how you do, you can imagine that the problems are going to occur with space, living space, the kitchen space, and the bedrooms. Well, we're facing the same kind of crisis. We've expanded, we've blown up, and that's great, that's beautiful, but we're not providing facilities that these kids need. We have varsity teams that have nowhere to practice the night before a game. Can you imagine that? We have kids at this school till 9:30 at night, young kids, 7th, 8th grade kids that should be home studying, getting ready for bed, whatever they need to be doing. At 9:30, they're still in this court, so they get back home probably after 10 o'clock. We have cheerleaders, dance line, major ed groups that have to practice in the halls. We have officials on game nights that have to dress in a bathroom or across the hall in a classroom and then walk over to take a shower. You know, our school isn't even deemed well enough to host tournaments, events that the WPL would put on, like playoffs, because it's just not good enough. Our own lobby, when you come in our lobby, 3 steps, you're on the gym floor. So now everything that you carry in there on those snowy, wet, rainy days is coming right in onto what used to be my floor. Right? It's just not the way we can do things. You know, our weight room, and I'm in there every day, so I'm pretty familiar with it. Our weight room needs a tremendous overhaul. It really does. It's antiquated. Our aerobic equipment is, at best, poor. And we didn't have a treadmill until this year. The bikes we got are hand-me-down bikes from other places that didn't really want them anymore. You know, we're so far behind the facilities behind the rest of the county, it's just crazy. We're the only school that only has 1 gym still for the junior, senior high school. And if that gym gets shut down for any reason, whether it's cleaning or whatever, well, we're in a lot of trouble because we have no options. The new auxiliary gym, folks, it's not a luxury. It isn't. It's a necessity. We have to have it. And do you realize that we're only adding 1 gym? Here's another misconception that I hear, you know, at Giant Eagle and Walmart when you're going out, hey, you guys put in 4 gyms, 4 new gyms. We're not adding 4 new gyms. We're adding 1. Because the high school gym is still going to be the high school gym. This elementary's got the gym that we're in right now, which I feel real comfortable in. I might run a clinic or something later when we're done. But we got this gym, right? Well, in a new building, you're going to have a gym. You have a gym. We have an all-purpose room in this building. In the new building, we're going to have an all-purpose room. The only additional thing that we're adding is that auxiliary gym. These are going to be expanded. They're going to be better, as we all do in renovations. We're going to go up, not down. But we really didn't add 4 gyms, so I don't know where that came about. Now, if you flash forward a little bit, and now we'll talk about some numbers just recent, just 2000 and 2015. Okay, in 2000, and look at just the winter sports, let's say. I'm real familiar with that. We had 6 teams that needed to share that gym. Okay, you do the math. 2 hours of practice, that's about 12 hours each day, right? Now, you take the time that was allotted in the high school gym, this elementary gym, and that auxiliary gym. We had about 16 hours available. That's our perfect situation, which never really occurred because there was often an elementary conflict of programs they needed. There was junior high games at the high school and so forth. But even if you look at that, you know, 12 hours and 16 hours, that adds up pretty good. We can maybe make that work. Well, since then now, we have 11 teams that need that high school, that need this gym, that need that auxiliary gym. Again, do the math. That's 22 hours, and we got 16 available. So we're behind the 8 ball right now, even if it's a perfect situation, let alone having an elementary concert, a junior high game, and a senior high game up there, which wipes out the whole night at the high school. And you can see what kind of problems Mr. Goodall, the athletic director, is in. To try and get everybody in there and keep them somewhat happy, it's just crazy. You just can't do it. It's just too much judgment. And it's only going to get worse. You know, it's great that we have more kids, more squads, enthusiastic coaches that want to run off-season programs, but we got to give them a place to do just that. It's like telling them, hey, we're going to bring 20 more kids into this computer class. Come on in, let's add 20 kids to the computer class. Oh, by the way, you don't get a computer. You're just coming into class. That's what we're doing to our athletes. You know, we're bringing them into a situation where they're not really equipped to be handled. Listen, this is long overdue. You know, improved athletic facilities here are not just a nice, fuzzy thing to do. This is going to be necessary to compete. Our facilities are the worst in the county. I've been around, they're the worst in the county. And the plan that the architects and the board have looked at, believe me, they are not over the top. I've been in many more athletic facilities than you can possibly imagine. These are not over the top. These are the adequate facilities that we need to get the job done. There's not a lot of fluff and frill in there, as a lot of people would think. Let me ask you this. You think about, again, that 57-year period, right? What do you have at home that you had 57 years ago that still could do just the same kind of service to you now as it did then? Probably not. Maybe a wife. Maybe a husband. I'm hoping I make it to that point. I hope my wife still thinks I'm good after 57 years. She didn't think I was good after 5. Hey, listen. Every week, I give my kids a little coach's corner. I give it to the teachers too. Just a little something, a little food for thought, right? Something about life. Coincidentally, I'll give you what this one was that went out today, just coincidentally. If you're only willing to give a minimum effort, then you better be ready to accept minimum results. And I think that's what we're looking at. You know, Schneider could no longer get by on a minimum. Schneider was better than that. We're better than that. Wildcat stand for excellence in everything we've done. I've been a part of this community for 35 years. 35 years. And pretty soon I'm going to be like a lot of you. I'm going to retire one of these years, Mike. I'm going to retire. And I'm going to be on a fixed income. My kids aren't going to benefit from any new facilities. They're gone. But I want this facility. I want this because this is what we need. This needs to be our legacy for our kids, for our grandkids. And in these 35 years, I've seen this community pull together so many times to get something done. Whether it was fix a ball field, put this up over here, pull together. Hey, it's time to pull together again. You know, maybe you got to fight the board a little bit and get it done, but for the good of the community, to pull together for that Wildcat pride, we can't settle for anything less. Let's do the right thing. Let's build this school. Thank you.